Alright, guys, here we are back for another guide. This is Juniper Falls, back 9. This is, in my opinion, no question, probably the hardest set. Very tough hole here. Very, very tough setup. So I'm thinking maybe with this wind, you can almost get around those mountains, but not quite. So what I typically might do is I might go grabber, just try to backspin it, and hopefully land around the other side of that mountain. Thinking something along the lines of this, and I'll typically go B1. So a very good control, and hopefully with the grabber, so it needed to get just a little bit more aggressive. You see it didn't hold up, so I'm gonna miss those driver points, but that's it. But you get the gist of what I try to do, and when you pull it off, you have a much better angle to go into this green here. Now what I'll typically do here is maybe something along the lines of this with C3. In this case, it's just barely getting across, as you can see. But what we need to do is get this up and down. So that's the big key here. So this does play uphill. The wind plays significantly as well. You're going to see that I'm going to be way over here with a right green, with a right 5 as well. This may be just a little bit too hot, so I'm going to just try to come in, take off just a little bit. Now, I did great ball that. I pushed that out to the left, but I shouldn't have came in. I should have just hit that full. So let's go ahead and see if we can't just pop this up into the hole. I'm thinking something along the lines of playing the break. 13 out of 36. So it's not too bad of a shot. 13 out of 36, a little bit more than 33%. I'm thinking somewhere in here. And let's see if I can't get this to pop up into the hole. Sure enough, there's my birdie. So I can still salvage a mistake. I should have just went full, and I definitely shouldn't have pulled the, I shouldn't have shanked that either. So this is the middle tee box. It's the highest ground one. And what I'll typically do here is play a significant amount of wind and downwind. If you play the iron, it's going to come in lower, not quite land as long. But I do like bringing it in with the wood. It comes in very controlled typically. So I'm thinking something like this. But it'll typically play maybe 15 yards downhill. So probably going to want to take off at least 10% here. Just a hair more. So somewhere along the lines of this. It should keep bouncing. You can see that it keeps bouncing left. You can see that was a very controlled distance. Now this is, in my opinion, definitely the hardest 9 in the entire game. There's only a few couple good breaks, and this is one of them. This is actually a good win for it too. So one of the things I can try to do is go maniacs here, like just creep on. And with the 3 wood, it'll come in a lot softer than driver will. And I don't think I can go driver with a grabber. I don't think it'll make it. So that's one of the biggest reasons to do this shot. Let's just see if this just creeps on. And it does. As I mentioned, this will be much more controlled. It won't roll through that much, and we can kind of go for this. You'll see that I'm playing a significant amount of break. And, no, it doesn't look like I pulled that. I felt I did. But more than anything, just kind of underbroke it just a little bit. So unfortunately not able to convert, but you can see another good opportunity. So foremost, what I try to do on this one, make sure that I get the fairway. So 5 wood, maybe backspin ball, something along the lines of this. So right into the fairway, that's ideal there. And it won't hurt me to go a little bit long here. What long does is I can see where the pin is, and it's going to create kind of a nicer angle for me to come at this pin. So this is probably pretty close. I'm probably going to go grabber, maybe full on this. Or underplay that wind a little bit. Make it out to the left. Oh, no, and it just rolled in the rough instead of staying on. So if I didn't need the grabber there. That would have actually ran out a little bit. But I also wanted to make sure that I don't, run off into that trouble area either. Now, this is very makeable. You want to try to take advantage of these. So I'm thinking right around 4 bars here, somewhere in here, and I just need to be relatively straight because this is one of the only times you're in here so tight you kind of can shank this. Not that way. I can't shake it away from the hole. So very annoying. I was trying to force my finger to the right, and it still went left. So that really irritates me that happened. So essentially just threw away a stroke there. And this is a hard 9. I've never successfully gotten 3 stars on this yet, but I haven't played it very many. Like I haven't grinded it out or anything. But I have never gotten 3 stars without some mulligans. So it is a very tough grind on this one. So typically, I'm typically trying to shoot for like an 8, 9 under typically, but it usually won't be enough points. Even if I get the 9, I typically don't have enough points because it's just so hard to keep this round together. So now here, I typically play this maybe 25 yards uphill. You can see this is probably about 40 and plus into the wind. Probably pretty close, I got to be honest. With 11 in the face, we're just going to go full here. Just a little bit deep. I could have took off a percentage or two, but you can see the overall goal accomplished. We got our birdie. We should be 5 for 5 here. There's no way on that par 5, especially with that tee shot, that I should have squandered that. And it just was just off on that. You can see, just the slightest mistake sometimes can cost you. So here you can see we are going to be perfectly shooting. I hate this pin. This is my least favorite pin. So it's very tough to get aggressive on this pin, and it's always right. Breaking, sometimes I'll underplay the wind like this and then just hit like a slight draw just to kind of counter it a little bit so it doesn't roll too much down the hill. That also can be kind of a risky shot as well because, if you go pull it any left, you're dead. So it's almost better for me to just play it in like this, play it in safe, and just make sure I take care of business here. I'm going to probably go relatively full here. And oh man, I can't believe that was that deep. I missed by 8 yards lengthwise. So that was what, 30? It was only like 33 or so. Yeah, I guess that is a little bit hot, come to think of it. So a little bit too much. If I can get these perfect balls though, if I can just push through perfect on these, you'll be able to manage salvaging this. It really just requires a nice flick. So there it is, straight. I should have had that other one too. And you can see, foremost, more so than anything, I'm just kind of throwing strokes away here. Let's go bronze tee. What I'll typically do is aim left side here and then go with a B3. What this does is it kind of keeps it from rolling down into that bunker. Very tough to go for this green. We really didn't get the best wind either. So I guess I'll just intentionally lay up here. Typically you can only get like a 3 or a 4 wood over that mountain. It's very tough to do. So this is not an ideal situation. So all I'm going to do is just pop this up here, kind of get a nice little angle here so we don't have to worry about the wind taking this into the water. This is probably the hardest shot in the game right here. So I'm thinking something along the lines of a 6 iron. So no matter how this lands, it always tries to dip into the water here. So 13, way down the hill. I'm thinking 120. Probably 120. So I'm thinking maybe 80% with this. 120 out of 155. So around 80%. Let's just see what this looks like. Looks pretty good, but you can see all that, it's still coming back. Even with whatever that is, a 5-iron. And you can see how tough this putt is too. I'll typically try to bring this in with some speed. Get something along the lines of this. Oh no! So just played too much break. So missed another birdie. Killing me. Killing me. Also another tough hole. We can go grabber on this, but it's probably going to require some kind of hook if I do. Alternatively, I'll probably want to waste a super sticky ball here. It'll essentially stop once it hits. And this is almost set up to be almost perfect. So the super sticky is going to be the safe bet here. All we have to do is hit the green and it will stick. Alternatively, I could try to do some kind of control like this. And this might not even be enough. So I might need to go just, if I was to sit here and grind, I'd probably have to do maybe like this, and then I'll have to push through the exact same on the other side. So if I shoot, that's probably too much. That's probably too much. That's probably too much. It's probably right in here with where I'm aiming. And I need to push through at that same angle going forward. So up towards 1, like in between 1 and 2. So I'd have to push up on the screen that way. But it's a very risky shot because you have to have it absolutely perfect or else it's just going to go into the wind. Like the wind will just take it off the cliff or it'll come back too much. You have to be very careful with that shot. So this is the safe route. So what I'm going to do is essentially play it way up here. 4-iron. And I'm going to come in just a little bit on the power. Not very much. Got to keep it from hitting that mountain. Just in the event that I don't have the perfect play. But it looks like I did pretty good there. So you can see, essentially what I'll do is just try to kill it through the break. Actually had a pretty well played shot on 17 there. That's almost as good as you can hope for. So here we are, coming to 18. Maybe this gets to the green, but I don't think so. So if I want to try to force it there, I'd probably go golden tee. That's going to allow me to use a grabber. So something along the lines of this. With a left 5, I'm going to kind of underplay the wind a little bit. Oh, check up. So just got it to hold. So right around pin high. And this is a very good shot. Nice way to finish with an eagle. And it looks like score-wise, I almost got there. I played pretty mistake-free there for the most part. So a good chance to get myself into double digits. I really threw away 2 strokes there. Nice 2 stars. I wouldn't have even been close to 3 stars. So that just goes to show you how tough that is. But overall, I put together a good round there. A good demonstration for you guys to see kind of the nuances of what you need to try to do to get through and maneuver that. Good luck with everything. Let me know how your progress is going, guys. Hopefully you're able to figure out all these courses. I have all of them done now. I might individually break down this back 9 and just do some attempts with various winds, kind of similar how I did with the front. But for now, I wanted to at least put these out here and just give you just kind of an extended explanation on some of these shots and what I've been how I've been going through some of these back 9s. So good luck out there, and I will see you guys on the next one.